Hey there everyone, Dr. Beth Westy here, and I wanted to talk about weight loss for women. Why is it that women seem to lose weight, gain weight, what that looks like throughout the month, why this is so frustrating for women. This is something that I got asked the question on when I did an event this weekend. I did an amazing event. I got to speak at an amazing event yesterday, and a lot of the women there understood that they needed to know more about their physiology to be really successful and stay successful with their health and weight loss goals. There was even a gal who was in the audience that was there the last time I was at that same venue speaking. She came back again to hear me speak because I was diving into a few more topics in detail on performance and things like that. Performance nutrition products for timed perfectly for your hormonal cycle. So she wanted to hear that, and when I went over some of this information, she was like, oh my gosh, I heard you speak a couple of months ago and I kind of didn't believe you, but I did it. I did this thing. And she was like, I was shocked. I was shocked that it worked for me. I was shocked that this was so accurate. Oh my gosh, I could have saved myself years and years of struggle by just realizing this one thing that I'm going to go over with you right now. And it is this, like, why do I gain and lose weight throughout the month? Why does it shift and change so much? Well, let me tell you, the way that we're told weight loss works is that you eat less, exercise, and you're going to drop weight on the scale. That is not how the female body works and functions. If you have stress, if you have excess hormone built up, if you are exposed to too many toxins, if you aren't sleeping well, if you are on a hormonal birth control, there's so many different factors that can go into this where you are not just going to lose weight on the scale. And even when things start to work correctly for your body, your weight just doesn't go down on the scale. You actually lose inches first. Your body will shrink first, and then the scale will change because your body physiology, your body composition changes. That means you're going to gain muscle before you lose fat, which means the scale doesn't really change. And even if you aren't on a weight loss journey, right? And this is where I want to like really dial it into actual numbers and show you an example of how this works to make it really tangible for you, because so many women beat themselves up and get led off track and completely led astray because you're not letting things happen long enough in your body. You're not letting things actually marinate, actually work. So here is an example of why women need to take data and compare it to the previous months at the same time that you're taking your weight on a scale, because otherwise you're comparing yourself to a different body. Women have 4 different bodies throughout the month, chemically, hormonally. Your system changes so much where you have, so this is the hormonal cycle. Day 1 is the first day of your period. Day 14 is about when you ovulate. Day 28 is when that ends before it starts all over again, right? So estrogen is higher in the first couple of weeks here. Progesterone is higher in the second couple of weeks there. Estrogen and progesterone do completely different things in the body. You're going to be able to build muscle and boost your metabolism easier here. And your body is not going to want to boost your, metabolism as much. It slows down your digestive system. It is harder to recover from a workout. It is harder to build muscle there. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just totally different here versus here. Another thing to keep in mind, because your body isn't focused on trying to burn fat here, right? There's so many different things that happen here. Your body has more blood volume. Your uterus is twice as big here. Yeah, all the way up until that first day. And then within a week, that changes completely. There are some women who say, oh my gosh, I only feel normal maybe 1 to 2 weeks out of the month because they have so many hormonal issues, right? Oh my gosh. So I work with a lot of those women in my 12-week challenge to really help them and make sure that, yes, they are making the correct changes. They are implementing the nutritional things that they need to really be successful. So, and I do have other resources that I just moved. Oh, right here. Yep. So I have my book, The Female Fat Solution, which is on Amazon. So this is a great resource for women. I have the 12-week challenge. This is a journal for the 12-week challenge, and I'll put a wait list there in the comments so you can find it on my website. I give a lot of great nuggets and a lot of great sort of behind the scenes sneak peeks and like starter, things on the wait list for this 12-week challenge. And then I have a book, The Female Menopause Solution. This is just for women in menopause because your body is so physiologically different and it needs different things. So, a lot of resources for women out there because we need more resources. We're just not taught enough about these things. And that's why I'm going through this in detail. And I'm going to show you this example of different days throughout the month so that you can start tracking. If you're weighing yourself every day or every week, that's a really tough spot to be in. It really, really is. Your body changes so much, right? And these are things we don't realize, right? So, again, more resources. I have a YouTube channel, which is just Dr. Beth Westy, that you can subscribe to so that you stay up to date on all the new information I have coming out. And then my podcast is The Female Health Solution. I give more examples, I tell more fun stories, and I have some amazing people that I interview as well that are in the female health space. Those are the only people that I interview on my podcast. If they're in the female health space, I interview them. So, anyway, fantastic resource there though for you to start learning really more about your body physiology. That way the more information you have, the better decisions you can make for yourself, the more you can advocate for yourself when you need to. Otherwise, you're walking in blindfolded, hoping that you'll stumble across something that will help, whether it be with your weight loss journey, health, any hormonal issues, things like that. So when we look at the weight loss here, and I'm just going to draw this out as an example. This was something I drew out that was super helpful for women at that event. I dialed it in exactly. So this is you. You're on a weight loss journey. You're like, I'm going to the gym. I'm eating super clean. Here we go. Yes, this is amazing. So day one you start, right? You're like, oh, I'm on my period and I'm still working out. Yeah, me. Yes. That's another thing about the 12-week challenge is that I actually have women start the challenge at wherever you're at in your hormonal cycle. There's no other program out there like it, where you start where your body's at. Yes. I'm smearing this all over. So say you weigh yourself on day 5, right? And you're like, okay, I'm 155. Great. My goal is I want to lose 10 pounds. And I've heard that you can lose 1 to 2 pounds a week. So in the first month here, 4 weeks, I want to lose, right, let me just mark this down. So this is day 7, this is day 21 here, right? So this is week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, and you're like, oh my God, I totally can lose 2 pounds in a week. That's what the average is. That's what you can do, and it's still safe and healthy. But that way at the end of the month, I'm 8 pounds down and super close to my goal. Yes, I'm just gonna really buckle down for this month. We all do this, right? This is the thought process. I'm gonna go to the gym every day. I'm gonna eat super, super clean and not mess up. It's gonna be amazing. So you weigh yourself here and you're like 155. Okay, here we go. I can get down from there. And then you weigh yourself at day 12, right? You're like, this is a week later. This is a week later. I'm weighing myself a week later. I should be down a pound, at least a pound, if not 2. And you are weighing now. Oh, look at that. You lost a pound. I'm now 154. Super duper. Yes, this is going in the right direction. I want to kick it up a notch. I'm going to try more. I'm going to do extra cardio though, because I really want to get to 2 pounds a week to really get closer to my goal. I can totally do it. Yes. Now you weigh yourself here at day 20, right? This is, I missed it by a week or by a day. I went a little bit longer. Here I went 8 days and I weighed myself, and you're expecting to be down to 152, and you're at 153.5, and you're like, okay, I lost half a pound. What? That doesn't seem right, because I was really doing a lot of cardio. I was really working hard. Why is it that I only lost half of a pound? So you get a little discouraged and you start really cutting back on the calories and you start really being strict with yourself. And all of a sudden you get to right before your period starts again. You are having a crap ton of cravings. Your PMS is really bad. You are exhausted and crabby. Crabby. And then you weigh yourself because you're like, I have been busting my butt. I have been busting my butt here. I better have lost weight. And now you weigh yourself, and now you're at 154.5. And you went up a full pound from where you were before. And you're like, how the heck did this happen? I don't understand. This is ridiculous. I have been exercising and eating really clean, and this should not be the number. This is wrong. This is wrong. Or I am wrong. Right? That's the conclusion your brain comes to. Either this is wrong or I am wrong. And I did something wrong. So you're going to start to look at all these different things that you did and how much did I drink water and all this stuff, when really you're missing the biggest factor in this whole journey. You are missing the fact that it's right before your period starts. You're going to have more blood volume. Your uterus is twice the size. Your body's going to hold more fluid because it just does at this point of your hormonal cycle. That's what some of that is. It's not that your true weight didn't go down. Some of this is blood volume and everything. So women cannot maintain an even weight loss week to week to week throughout the month because our bodies are so dynamically different throughout the month. This is the biggest thing that we're missing. And it makes me bananas when women weigh themselves every week and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm failing. Leah, up and down 5 pounds is peeing or not? That's nothing. Yes, right? This is what I'm saying. Your body, you have so many different chemicals and hormones and other things going on that your system is just totally different here. So then all of a sudden you think you're failing, and either this part here mentally, this is the hardest part to go through if you don't understand why this is happening. And if you can't separate yourself from it and say, okay, this is not me, I'm not doing it wrong. I just have to really give my body the right amount of time to do the right things, right? And if you're weighing yourself at day 27, you should not compare it to day 20. You should not compare it to day 12. That's a different body. Look at that. That's a different body. What you should compare it to is the next month's day 27 or the previous month's day 27. That's the comparison to make. And when you do that, you realize, oh my gosh, yes. So then you'll get a whole new set of numbers here. You'll get a whole new set of numbers that actually gives you accurate information. Because then all of a sudden you'll come down around again the next month. I'll make the next month a different color here. The next month, right, when you're doing this, you're like, oh, and then you have your period and you're going to drop a few pounds from having your period, right? All of a sudden, day 5 again, you weigh yourself and you're at 150. And you're like, what? How did that happen? Because you lost 3 pounds from just having your period, and then the rest of the inflammation, and then the other actual pound of weight that you had impacted. So you're down at 150 here now. And then you're like, oh, look, day 12, look, you went to 148. You were able to lose another 2 pounds. Okay, now you went back up to 149, and now you're at 152 here. Again, ending the month. These are just examples, right? These are just examples of how your weight can shift throughout the month, but still it doesn't mean that you're not making progress. But where you're going to compare it to is you're like, dang it, I was at 148 2 weeks ago, and now I'm at 152. I gained 4 pounds. This is wrong. That's what you're going to compare it to. Yeah. Yes, that's what you're going to compare it to. And you're going to say, I gained 4 pounds, I'm doing something wrong. When really, no. Look at this shift. This is what you should be looking at. This is a loss of 6 pounds over the course of a month. That is fantastic. That is amazing progress. Weigh yourself on the same day and compare it to, right? Compare it to that day, that same day, the previous month. That's the bigger win. And that really lets you know where you're at, what progress you're making, and if you're doing it correctly. Susie, I literally fluctuate 8 pounds. It's nuts, makes me mad. Crazy. Yes, Yes, so many women feel like they're crazy. Like you're going crazy from this. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that I, had this and this and this. Nope. Just look at day 12. That's the body, the same body you want to weigh yourself against. The same body you want to compare yourself to. Because comparing yourself to this body, that's not fair. That's not fair. That's a different body. Look at what that hormone's doing there. Totally different. Your digestive system is going to be different. Everything is so different. So if nothing else, with your nutrition, with your exercise, with your any other habits, this is the biggest piece for your mindset. And it does take a while to shift. It does take a while to really have it integrate and understand. Like, write it down. Write it down on your calendar. When you're weighing yourself, like if I keep, we have a scale just because we use it, but when I do use it, I have a sheet of paper in the closet where we keep the scale, and I, have the date and what day I'm on, and then I mark in my calendar a month later to weigh myself. I don't even mess with it in between. I don't even mess with it. I don't bother. I weigh myself either day 10 or 12, typically, right around that sweet spot. That's going to be your highest estrogen point, where your metabolism is going good, you usually feel really good, all that stuff. So that's just when I like to do it. But you don't have to, you can do it whenever, just keep it consistent, or weigh yourself and compare it to the same day. And that's actual progress, because you can go through something feeling like, I'm screwing it up, this is totally wrong for me. Oh my gosh. Oh. But in my 12-week challenge, this is one of the biggest things that I start teaching women, is what to do exactly for your hormonal cycle, and when, and how to know if what you're doing is actually right for your body, if what you're doing is actually mattering. So many women follow these like healthy eating plans, right? I'm using finger quotations because it's not that it's not healthy. If it's not made for the female body, then you're following something that is meant for a male body. So if you are weighing yourself and expecting the same number all month long, or expecting it to drop, you're trying to weigh yourself like a man would. If you're eating the same nutrients all month long, if you're eating and fueling your system the same way all month long, you are eating like a man would. That is not going to serve your health the best, your hormonal body the best. Women need more nutrient here. You need more minerals. You need more calories, more proteins here. Susie, thoughts on cravings right before my period? Always. Crazy sugar cravings. Yes. Oh my gosh, Susie, I just did a post on cravings. Yep. And why your body craves them, right? Because you're not getting enough nutrient and your body's not handling stress the same way. So you need to increase your protein and increase your healthy fats. Like having an extra protein shake that day, or a protein bar or something. Apples with like peanut butter, nut butter, and some hemp seed sprinkled on it. Beautiful snack. That's really going to help fuel your body correctly and not dive face first into a bag of chips, which is what we always want to do. We need carb, we need sugar, because when your body is craving all those sweet things, the sugary and salty and everything, the sugar is because your system and your brain needs more sugars to function because of progesterone. And then if it's salty and minerals, your body needs more electrolyte, and you're not getting enough electrolyte. You're not getting enough salts in. And this is one of the biggest myths too, which is, I can do a whole other video on PMS stuff specifically. Like when people say, oh, just drink more water if you're bloated. Don't have anything with salt in it. It's going to make you more bloated. Oh, no, opposite. Total opposite for women. You need minerals and sugars to upload hydration into your cells. Otherwise, you're going to drink water and feel more bloated. Stop telling women to do things like men. Our bodies are so chemically different. So chemically different. So these are some great questions. These are some great questions. Ooh, Kelly, what if you are post-menopause? Yes. So I do have, my whole book on the female menopause solution, and I do have an entire protocol, my 12-week challenge. I have one just for women that are in menopause, because your body needs something totally different. But the gal, when I started this video and I said there was a gal at my event that asked the question of, or that she had said she was at the event that I was there last time I talked. She is 72, way past menopause. And she was like, and I was telling her that in menopause, you still have some estrogens and progesterones present. It's just on a smaller scale, but your body is so dynamic, it will go through a fluctuation. And she was like, oh, this gal's full of crap. Along with some of the other stuff I was saying, she was like, it's just so new and different, right? Where it's like, oh, so hard to believe that I've been misled for all these years. But she was kind of like, she's kind of full of crap, but I'm going to test it out. So she did. And so she came to the event and she was like, you are totally right. My weight is different every week of the month. Yet I compared myself the same day to the previous month and it was lower. So she goes, I know I'm making progress. I just can't look at week to week. And she's 72 and way past menopause. But that was the lady. That was the gal that was at the event that I just spoke at, who had seen me a few months prior speak. Isn't that funny? Yeah. So I have some other stuff on though, Kelly, on menopause, YouTube channel, Dr. Beth Westy, podcast, The Female Health Solution. So there's a ton more there. But I can dive into that more, or message me, please, if you need, because I do talk specifically about menopause, because women, again, in menopause feel like, oh my gosh, I don't have a cycle, so this doesn't help me, does it? No, it does. It still does. I promise it does. Estrogen and progesterone are still produced by neural tissue, adrenal tissue, fat cells, things like that. It's just not on the same level anymore. But you can still learn from this and still take advantage of how your system is going to be a little bit different, and get ahead of the game and stop fighting against yourself. And stop feeling like you're doing something wrong when you're not. Yeah. Huge game changer though when you start to look at your system like this. Huge game changer when you start to learn what your body physiology is and how to align what you're doing with what your system actually needs. Yes. Ooh, yes. So then, Kelly, you would just start and make your own, pattern. Like if you could start with like day 1 would be today, and then, go through day 7, do it on day 7, day 14, right? But then compare to the previous month. Yeah. Yes. I have a lot of other info just on that specifically to explain it. Cause again, it's hard, right? It's hard to think about that because we've never been told these things, right? Women don't learn about our bodies and how they progress, not only through the month, but also the different phases of our lives. Whew. Okay. So that is what I got for you guys tonight. It's a lot of stuff to go through. I really want to get your brains going, thinking about how you can approach your day, your week, your month with the best tools possible to set you up for success, not just now, but in the future. So I'm hoping you're going to take this tactic and implement it for yourself. Tell your friends about it, please, 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 so that they know and they stop thinking that they're crazy and they start getting better results too. So I'm also here as a resource. If you have questions, don't hesitate. And I do have a wait list for the next 12-week challenge, which I'll put in the comments that you can get on that wait list. Otherwise, I hope you have a great rest of your night, and I will see you guys later.